Welcome to your daily focus for January the 8th, 2021. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. So we have the 8 energy today. The 8 energy asks us to connect with our courage, with our strength, also to walk with integrity. Unconditional love is a part of the 8 energy. The 8 energy demands action, demands something being done towards our focus of goals, dreams, desires. So spend a few minutes today moving yourself forward, however small. Okay, do not worry about how giant or how small the step is. Make sure you're doing the step though today. If you do the numerology of the day, it is a 14 energy. The 14 energy, it wants us to find that joy, that laughter, that giggle inside of us. It wants us to experience, the laughter. So we have to understand what truly brings us balance, peace of mind, stability, security. And for each and every one of us, that is very different. So it's not always, there's work and home and we do it 50-50. Okay, some people thrive with the work being the 80 and the home being the 20, and other people thrive with the work being the 20 and the home being the 80. For each of us, it's different in the different parts of our life. How much time we spend in exercise, well-being, how much time we spend in our relationships, our mentorships, our education, our job, our career, our hobbies, our family, our spirituality. And so for each of us, that's different. And the 14 really is about understanding what truly works for us and what does not work for us. It's also a very strong number for understanding that having less is having more. So sometimes when we clear out the clutter, new things can finally come into our lives because there's space for it now. 1 plus 4 would be a 5. Which is romance, which is creativity, which is, the self-expression and laughter and giggles and happiness and joy. Absolutely. Sun is in. Look at that. Look who jumped out. The 7 of Pentacles jumped out. That was our card on Thursday, the first card, I believe. Where's our focus? Where's our attention? Are we giving focus to the right things in our life, or are we off giving energy, time, resources to somebody else's agenda rather than our own path? We'll put that back in. Sun is in Capricorn. Moon is in Scorpio. So Scorpio wants the truth. It's also our primal energy. So our raw energy. So once again, it combines the energy of the 8 energy. Combines with the 8 energy of attaching ourselves to our courage, to our strength. And I believe Mercury moves into Aquarius. Venus moves into Capricorn. So we'll find ourselves thinking a little bit more progressively outside the box. Absolutely. In our communications as well. Venus going into Capricorn. Love is a little bit more stifled, and we think a little bit more logically when it comes to the people we choose to surround us. So it's a beautiful time actually to attach yourself to people that are like-minded, because we actually seek that out. We find these people during these times, this energy. We're a little less willing to give of ourselves if we're not receiving as well. And we want the true meaning of beauty, of love. We don't want something superficial, something, long term, and commitment and loyalty. And those are the kind of things that we're looking at when it comes to our relationships with other people, and perhaps even the relationship with ourselves. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say for today. So look at this, the Ten of Cups, the happily ever after. It can all be yours. So maybe we're feeling a little bit more like we can have it all, or maybe we're drifting a little bit more to what can be. I mean, Mercury moves into Aquarius today, so we're thinking outside the box. We're thinking, you know what, maybe I can do this. I'm going to start putting something together with what I have around me and see if something opens up for me, because I'm doing this, because it's a great energy day for that. Now, we don't necessarily want to begin things today because we are in full moon energy, but we may be clearing the path to begin very shortly, right? As the new moon approaches. And the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles, once again, we can't take the shortcut, but we have to really look at ourselves and say, you know what, I can do better than I've been giving it. Whatever that passion, whatever that goal, whatever that dream is, you can raise the bar slightly on yourself. Or maybe a lot, but let's go with slightly. And just expect just a little bit more from yourself. Now, that's not beating yourself up if you miss a deadline or you don't get something accomplished. It has nothing to do with that. But you hold yourself to a higher standard. You know that you can do better if you put forward the focus and the energy and the time and the resources, perhaps. You're looking how to better yourself or your talents, your abilities, the relationship. And you may be looking outside the box on that. You may be looking at some new creative ways of bringing harmony to a relationship or to an environment, or to your world in some way. And stepping up your game is what I'm kind of hearing. Now we have the Nine of Swords, a 10, an 8, and a 9. So very strong cards for saying that we are closing some chapters of our life, some things, leaving bad behaviors or habits in the past, allowing healing in. And the Nine of Swords is here to say a lot of our worry, a lot of our stress, a lot of our anxiety that wears us down, that keeps us up late at night. First of all, I saw the teddy bear right away. Could be from a childhood experience or trauma. Somebody needed to hear that. But I was kind of going along the lines that we don't even need to worry about. We don't even need to fear. Okay, at work, I got a complaint. And of course, I try and give my best every day. So when that happens, wow, that's a real slap in the face to me personally. And maybe you can feel that way or understand that in some way. But when I thought it through, I understood where that person was coming from. And it was easily resolved, and it was a miscommunication. It wasn't anything. But did I ever get wired about that? For what? So I do the same things as you do, right? I don't get a free pass on any of this. I'm just very aware of the energy, so I know how to go with the flow. And the more I go with the flow, the easier it does become. So what are we allowing ourselves to worry about? Now, it could be that pesky little bug, because boy, oh boy, it could be some major event happening in your country. And a lot of these things are out of our control. We can sit there and worry away all we want, but our worry doesn't bring up a solution that will change everything for the world. So we have to concentrate on our actions, on our thoughts, on what we represent, on our truths, on our values. And understand that what we have control over, now we can change. So if there's certain protocols that you can follow that makes you feel that you are, in fact, doing your part properly, we can let the worry go. You know, I see this blanket off to the side. I never see this blanket off to the side, so I don't know who I'm talking to, Karen. But I get a sense that it's quite a few. You know, sometimes we sit there. We're not very dressed here, okay? So, and it doesn't look very warm and inviting. In fact, it kind of looks like a cold January or February day in Canada. And the blanket is so far away. So maybe we feel detached from the warmth we want to feel, um, the embrace we want to feel. But we're not even looking at the blanket as something that brings insecurity. So maybe we're not understanding what is already within our reach that could help us move forward on many decisions or a certain decision, a certain problem, a certain hurdle. Let's get a mantra card. So we had the swords, the cups, and the pentacles. But 8, 9, 10. Well, it went 10, 8, 9, but think outside the box today for your happily ever after. See where you can raise the bar on yourself and stop worrying about the things that you have no control over. Understand your true balance, your true gifts, your talents, what you truly want. That's what's going to matter today for you. Epiphany. Seek clarity. Yeah, we could get the epiphany, couldn't we? We could get the epiphany thinking outside the box. We had never looked at it that way before. And now that we look at it, wow, we see the path forward. We see the vision of our tomorrow. Seek clarity and have that epiphany. Now, the epiphany can be, you know, it can come in so many ways. You can see an ad in a newspaper, something on Facebook, or you Google something and you misspelt it and something came up entirely different, or you can overhear a conversation, or drive by a billboard and it's just the wording alone sets off, you know, these little tumblers in your mind, putting together a jigsaw puzzle, so to speak. You could wake up from a dream or have a dream, waking or sleeping. To experience an epiphany is to have a sudden realization or spiritual flash that will change the way you view yourself, perhaps others around you. You get to see the situation with more clearly, as if someone just switched on the light. With this clarity, you see the truth. You also gain a sense of control within yourself to make positive decisions that will bring about happy and joyful outcomes. And the mantra is, yeah, I can see clearly now. So, is anybody singing to that one? I can see clearly now. The rain is gone, right? So the storm has passed. And once we see how we're actually on the other side of the storm, even though everything around us is saying, no, you're still in the eye of the storm, we're not. The storm is moving past. So open up to the epiphany. Open up to the awakening. Give yourself some time to sit quietly, to just breathe, to meditate, to contemplate, to ask yourself some questions. How can I raise the bar on myself? What is it I truly want to bring into my life? What am I worried about that I have absolutely no control over? It's just worry. It's just anxiety. It's worry and anxiety. It's the worst things. I won't go into all the medical reasons, but we have to breathe sometimes. We have to let the stress out of your body and feel it. You don't even realize in your shoulders and your neck and stuff sometimes how much you are actually holding muscles tense and tight. Because that's what we do when we have anxiety, when we have fears. That's what our body's supposed to do. It's to keep us alive. It's to run from the saber-toothed tiger or fight it. I think we're going to run. But what happens? Your brain shuts off your tummy. Now you're not feeling hungry anymore. You're not eating properly. You're not moving you're not drinking a lot. What's the sense in being hydrated if you're going to be eaten by the saber-toothed tiger? We're not thirsty. All the blood and everything is being pumped to our muscles so we can run, so we can fight, so we can stay alive to see another day. Our reproductive system, if you're trying to, start a family or something and you have a lot of stress in your life, well, if you're stressful, it doesn't matter if you can have a baby if the saber-toothed tiger is going to eat you, because that'll never happen. So your brain is there to shut down things so that we can survive to see another day. Problem is we carry so much anxiety and worry with us. There's like 10 cards trying to jump out of here. So allow yourself to release some of that stress and focus on what you can do in order to move yourself forward. Look at this, eye on the prize with our vultures. Eye on the prize. I do like vultures now. I didn't before I got this deck. What a great deck. If you're ever looking to buy it, the box looks very much like that. Higher Intuitions. I love the artist, the way the artist portrayed each animal. I just can't duplicate what they say in the book. It's just, the writing is absolutely beautiful in here. Okay. So, Vulture, eye on the prize, release goals, vision. In order to land your dream life, you need to make a conscious effort to visualize it happening. However, keeping your eye on the prize takes practice. It's all about getting rid of misconceptions about yourself, giving up the emotional baggage, putting a new belief system into place, and all those things can come to be today. So isn't it amazing how it just comes right back again? Vulture tells you you've waited long enough to gain the life that you want. You have spent time wasted looking at what everybody else has, too much time wishing instead of doing, and now it's time for you to create short-term goals and long-term goals. Make yourself accountable. Write down your goals. It helps to keep the vision of what you want in clear sight. Pick up projects from the past and make the effort to finish them. Completion opens the door for new projects instead of cluttering the path. These projects can be as little as rearranging your cabinets, cleaning the garage, or sparkling up your resume and sending it out. I find it just amazing that it just comes together so seamlessly every time. Spend some time reflecting on the past and bring about conclusions. Think of it as the time the farmers harvest their crops and prepare the land for next season. You too have to prepare your mind, body, and soul for the same. Visualize what you want to have happen, and then keep your eye on the prize. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.